My name is Lauren Brock, and my presentation is on protecting students and environments. This presentation focuses on cybersecurity and bullying in a face-to-face and blended learning environment. The Children's Internet Protection Act, also known as CIPA, is a federal act that was created in 2000. The policies address internet safety in both schools and in libraries. Schools and libraries are eligible for this E-rate discount if they provide professional development to their staff in regards to internet protection, and provide internet filtering in their buildings, and communicate with students the importance of how to stay safe on the internet. The E-rate discount gives a discount to certain internet and communication services if these schools and libraries are eligible. There are a few issues related to cybersecurity and cyberbullying. One is that younger people tend to have a lower expectation of privacy compared to many people in older generations. So students may overshare information or trust a site that is asking for personal information when they should not be trusting this site. Another is that cyberbullying can interfere with the social and academic development of learners. This is also true for in-person bullying as well, which can happen in a face-to-face environment. It's important for students to feel comfortable in their learning environment in order to succeed. There are a few ways that we can avoid some cybersecurity issues. One is to create contracts with cloud providers. The cloud is becoming more popular, especially in school districts, so information can be accessed outside of the network. Various cloud providers exist, and it is important to negotiate a contract that includes privacy, confidentiality, disclosure responsibilities, indemnification, data backups, and other issues. It's best to have everything in writing so the proper party is held accountable. Another issue is with phishing. Students should need to be educated on proper internet safety. We need to make sure that students don't open emails or attachments from unknown senders. These attachments can have viruses or try to trick students into sharing personal information. Also, we have filtering software to monitor student internet usage. Careful and limited usage of this software combined with non-technological strategies will better enable students to access the information and tools they need for 21st century learning while remaining protected from inappropriate content. Because sometimes filtering software may over-filter some websites, so it's important to maybe cut back on that a little bit and then up the actual monitoring, the physical monitoring of the websites that the students are looking at. And that way students can continue to vet their own sources. Both bullying and cyberbullying are possible in both the face-to-face and blended learning environment due to the fact that the internet and face-to-face encounters are happening. It's important to monitor discussion posts and in-class behavior. Since discussion posts are not anonymous for the most part, students are less likely to bully each other. However, it is possible that students may use sarcastic remarks to each other, so it is important that the teacher monitors the discussion posts. We should also be providing a positive learning environment for our students. Positive learning environments include having a good rapport with students so that they feel safe coming to you with any concerns that they have. And we also need to increase digital citizenship in our students. This also means having an open discussion with our students about cyberbullying and its consequences, or also just the proper netiquette. There are multiple ways that we can address cybersecurity and cyberbullying issues in our classrooms. One is a self-assessment that students can take using quizzes, and I've provided the link here. This assessment includes questions about proper netiquette, what cyberbullying is, and how to properly vet sources. Another is a tone of voice activity that we can do with our students. Students would write out a sentence, or I would have sample sentences available that teenagers may text each other that could be misinterpreted. We would discuss how the sentence makes them feel and how it could be misconstrued since tone is lost in written text. Students should know that what might seem as a harmless comment in person may be taken incorrectly through text. Another is an anchor activity that could be done throughout the entire year, and this is by Carnegie Cyber Academy. This game includes safety for viruses and email threats, and again, this can be a cumulative assignment. When students are finished whatever they need for the day, they can log on to this website and continue with their game. Another is a vetting sources video on Edpuzzle, and again, I've provided the link. This Edpuzzle video describes how to vet sources properly and how to determine if sources are reliable or not, such as, is Wikipedia a good source, which leads to a great discussion about what it means to be a good or reliable source. This concludes my presentation. It's important to make sure that all of our students, whether in a face-to-face, blended, or online learning environment, are knowledgeable on proper netiquette. This includes how to keep themselves safe on the internet from bullies or from online predators. As technology changes, so do the way in which people can access our private information.